Hello guys, Olga with you. In this video I want to tell you my story, why I left Poland, where I'm going and what I'm doing. Actually, all the things which are following me and I'm sharing about my life, it's something totally not predictable. Me by myself, I'm getting lost and I don't know what to do, because in such situation I'm the first time and the things all around is changing so much also. So I'm making fast decisions and I'm just letting you know how the things with me and why I make such decisions. So actually we were driving and end up in Denmark. I was making video a couple of days or weeks back how Poland nice treating Ukrainian people and so on, and I don't say anything bad about Poland. Poland in this regard, they're really doing the best and the greatest and the most what they can do. But I guess the problem is that Poland, in something like 1 or you can say 2 weeks, they get 1 million Ukrainian people. Yeah, you can find that it's about 2 million or something, but this is people who cross Ukrainian border. But as per some kind of statistic, people who reside in Poland, it's more than 1 million. And imagine the country, which is, I'm not sure what's the population of Poland, but to get 1 million in such short term of people, this is a huge. And also, for sure, these people, they're not going equally distributed all over the country. They are mostly going to the big cities, to the main cities to stay. And it turned to be that first it's became super hard to find apartment. Every time when you open Airbnb or Booking or anything, you can find that there is something like 3 apartments available, 4 apartments available, and most of this 3 of 4 which is available, they are something like very luxury, and the cost is something like $300 per night, and there is one which is super crazy bad, and yes, with $100 or $150 per night you can rent it. So everybody, I never stayed in Poland before. I was in Poland, but it was very long time back, so I cannot compare. But many people start writing in social media that Poland became very expensive. Apartments is very expensive. Everything becomes so much expensive like it was before our war started. And actually it's not even about expensive. It's not available, you know. So yeah, I can imagine that 1 million of people came and somebody go to live with a friend, somebody go to live with a family. But I'm sure something like half of the million people, they literally go and rent it apartments. And this, you can understand that in such situation for sure the things would be way more complicated. And to go to the long-term apartment, I see that the prices is about $1,000 per month. It's somehow, you can say, almost like in Kiev, because the same level of apartment, I guess, in Kiev also will cost like that. But first, to commit to such apartment, you need to be sure that you will stay in the city. For sure you will have job which will cover you this apartment rent and so on. So all these things, you know, and you are not sure about anything. You are not sure about anything. And all this not sure about anything is making you very mentally not stable, and you don't know what to do. Besides that, I start reading in social media so many people, bloggers and so on, they start leaving Poland. So they said, no, we are going more far to other countries. My husband, actually, he has his old uncle living in Denmark who was saying, come, you can stay with us, it's fine, we have a place to stay for you. So we start thinking about this option. Maybe really we need to go to Denmark, because we know that Denmark is a super expensive country. If in Poland somehow the prices is like in Ukraine, somehow, so the Denmark, it is for sure something very crazy. So I start evaluating these options, we start studying these things, and I start just searching apartments somewhere in the area, how much they cost. And I surprisingly found that in Copenhagen, actually this apartment where I'm staying now, we just staying here for a few days, I rented it with $60, you know. So in Poland, I wasn't able to find anything less than $100. And here with $60 in downtown of Copenhagen, you know, I found that, yeah, and there is a lot of apartments. So we start thinking seriously that, yes, maybe we need to leave and go to Denmark and see how the things will be. the first interesting thing which happened, that once we cross the border with Germany, we go to Germany, there was nobody on the border at all, and on the Denmark they put the border and they check everybody and every Ukrainian who don't have biometric passport, because you can have passport with biometric, or you have a little bit older passport which doesn't have this biometric data. And one of our family was having exactly such passport, and they take us first to some kind of refugee camp. It's just not for the days or something, no, just to make some procedure. So they need to register you that you are seeking for the be a refugee, and these things become, we start feeling not sure what should we do. Should we go into this hassle, or should we just return back to Poland and start renting their apartment and so on? And it was late night, and you have kids in car, and all these things. It is making you, not able really to think normally and with a cold head. At the end, we decide, okay, let us apply for refugee and let us go and see what will happen. So actually you go, they take your fingerprint or something, and then the next day we wasn't driving to Copenhagen. Actually, we was driving to totally different place in Denmark, but they said no, in 24 hours you need to go to Copenhagen, and it's actually not Copenhagen. This is some place around, even something like, I guess, 30 kilometers around, to some kind of migration office, and then they will continue your procedure. We came to this migration office, and I feel this is a really refugee camp. So they have all this. First, they have totally gates around. I didn't make video because it's not allowed to make video anywhere, not in the refugee place, not in this camp on the border, not here. So unfortunately, I cannot provide you videos, but I can just tell you what happened, because this is a funny stories. So we went to this camp, and they just do some procedure, and if you need if you don't have place to stay, you can stay on that camp. But the point that European Union, they already make law for all European Union countries, which means that yes, Ukrainians can stay, work, and so on. But I understand that Denmark fed up so much with all the refugees which they had before, and they said we don't care about this law, we will have our own law, but this law didn't yet come, so they don't know even how to deal with you. You just need to wait for something, we will see what will happen. Wait for something, we will see what will happen. So we actually register, and if you have place to stay, you can go. If you don't have place to stay, you will stay in this refugee camp. And yes, it has all this, you feel it is a restricted zone to enter, because it has gate which is locking behind you. It has all these things around. I'm not sure how to call this sharp wire around. So it looks very scary. You feel that you're getting trapped in something. So we didn't stay. We just stay night here in Copenhagen, because it's long time to drive to the location of our relatives. And even that relatives, I see that they have very small apartment, they have very small room, and we have 2 kids, 2 elders, me, and I feel this is for sure not the option. It is something to stay a couple of days, but to live like that, this is too much crazy for me at least. So we will be thinking about other options as well. And one of the options came actually yesterday. It's UK, Great Britain. They provide homes for Ukrainians. Actually, they launched a program called Homes for Ukrainians, where any UK citizen, he can launch his home. He can sponsor specific family if he has specific family, but if he doesn't have, he can just register in some portal. And they said there is so many people already registered and so on. So they have these options. And people will receive £350, these apartment owners, and they don't need to give to Ukrainians anything except home accommodation. So all living expenses, all the things, this is not their problem. Ukrainians need to manage by themselves. And Ukrainians will have 3 years visa and right to work in UK. So, and kids in school. And here, I start seriously thinking about this option. Because my daughter, already noticed that she speaks English, but she has some kind of psychological problem, or I don't know. She speaks English, but she very bad speaks Ukrainian actually. And I'm not sure, she was living all her life in Ukraine, she was living in Ukrainian family, she was going to Ukrainian kindergartens and all that stuff. and she didn't speak Ukrainian. Now she speaks, but very bad, very bad. And exactly before war, we was struggling to put her in any kind of school. I was searching for something private because I feel that in normal governmental school she would be totally bullied. And I was searching for some private school, and many schools were refusing us because, yeah, we have English, but she don't speak Ukrainian good, so we cannot have her. We cannot have her. We cannot have her. And that was so much bad for me because I think that, you know, she's smart girl. She speak English very great, and you hear. And I don't know what's the problem with her that she don't speak Ukrainian. We was going with her all the year to psychologist, and all these things making me so much bad. And they said that she have stress because I'm always moving, I'm always changing something. And now this is total disaster, you know. So now you cannot compare our moving now compared to anything else before. And yes, and I start thinking that Denmark, they speak English somehow in society, but the schools are still in Danish, and I'm afraid that this would be too much for her. And UK, the possibility to take her to school, this is a number one for me. Number two for me, that if I speak English and they speak only English, this is their own language, I can also go work with no problem in any kind of job because I speak the language, and so on. So that is my options. I'm thinking about it. If guys, anybody apply for this program, let me know. Yeah, I'm thinking that could be good option for me, but still I really don't know how I will end up with all that. I will keep you updated. Thanks for watching this very long talkative video. I hope that I didn't make you bored so much, but this is my story, this is what I'm having now, and I'm just sharing with you. Thanks guys for all your support which you provide for me. This is very valuable. I will keep notifying you about everything what's happening in Ukraine and in my life. Bye.